Alright, I'm taking a new approach today. I know how long I have until I have to be done. I know how long it takes to shoot an episode. But I don't know where I'm gonna go. So, I did the math, and I have 30 minutes. I can drive in one direction for 30 minutes. And within that 30 minutes, I have to find a place that I think is both good for an episode and enjoyable for me to do an episode from. Do I know where I'm gonna go yet? No, I do not. But I got 30 minutes to find out. Let's see where we land. You may have seen the corn in that last clip and assume that this is the same field, but nope. We've gone about, let's see here, 16, almost 17 miles. We've got 12 minutes left before it is too late. So far, I have not found a spot that I think would be good that isn't trespassing. But we're not gonna give it up. We will find a spot, and if not, when time runs out, that's where we're gonna do the episode. One way or the other. Let's go. And just in the nick of time, just like that, I'd say we found something interesting. Tell me, what do you think? You agree? I bet you do. That looks nice. Let's get down there. Now this right here is a pretty cool view. That's not bad. Not bad at all. It's a bit of a drop. Part of me wants to climb out there, but not on company time. Let's go somewhere safe and give today's meal a try. There's a path down here that is a lot steeper than it looks. But that's how we're gonna get down today. Oh man, this might be good enough. Landed us on a nice beach. Nice and sandy. Plenty of places to set up. Might not really have to do much hiking today. I am, just for the sake of fun and exploration, going to look around a bit. But worst case scenario, we could absolutely set up camp right here, right under the bridge, and that'd be totally good. Just letting you guys see what I see as I go around here. Fortunately, there's a bunch of rocks right on the shore. I've got my water shoes on today, so I don't need these, but they are mighty convenient. Help us find a spot just as pretty, but maybe a little more off the beaten path. The question always becomes whether or not I can find a place where I can put the camera somewhere stationary and above me a little bit while still having the beautiful spot behind me. It's not always possible, and who knows if it's possible today, but we got a couple more minutes. We can keep trying. This is interesting. This whole place looks like it opens up into a bit of a clearing. I've never been here before, so I don't know, but this would be a nice place just in general to have a picnic. I don't reckon I'd get in that water. This is nice. This is like a totally different environment. A different vibe than what we got going over there. Makes me wonder which I should pick. Usually I have a selfie stick with me. I can set this camera up, so I might just have location dictate and not preference. Because I like both of these places. But we gotta find somewhere I can put the camera. I'm gonna bring this stick with me. So I might be able to wedge the camera in there, wherever I go. That opens up some possibilities back towards the water. And help it did. All right, what do we got today? So, a few episodes ago, did a kind of a competition episode between Essential Provisions, Bison chili, and just standard USGI chili MRE, right? And I tried that, and I had a good time doing that. I had a good time side-by-siding that stuff. So I was thinking, what could I do side-by-side for another episode? And it got me thinking. When you think of MREs, a lot of people think of the USGI MREs. A lot of people think of dehydrated camping MREs. But what doesn't often get brought up in the conversation, though it should, in my opinion, absolutely. And I guess for all intents and purposes, today I'm the expert, right? Things like this. Things that you can just get in the grocery store. Packaged, ready to go. Already cooked. Easy to transfer. And people don't talk about this very much. People don't bring this camping very much. I know some people have this in their, bug out bags and their, extra cash and everything. I know I do, but it doesn't get the credit that it deserves. But you know what does get the credit it deserves? The GOAT of all USG MREs, the Chili Mac. So what happens if we take the Chili Mac and we face it against cheap $1 or $2 grocery store, what do they call this? Beefy Mac. What happens? What's gonna win? I say we give it a try and we find out. All right, menu 10, chili and macaroni. Let's see what the pack is. You can already tell we got some newbies here. Things that we haven't yet seen on Rations thus far. When it comes time to the actual Chili Mac, then I'll face it against this. I'm not gonna hold against this the fact that it doesn't come with other stuff, but since we have other stuff, let's explore it, right? Let's see what we got. As usual, we've got the heater. I'm gonna save this for later. I don't need it for today. We've got our favorite world's tiniest hot sauce. That'll be nice. That's gonna be cheating, so I'm gonna use that just for myself after, but got our trusty MRE spoon. Chili Mac, set that aside. We got this for heating, but again, I'm not heating. So I'll just go through, I know I've already done this on an episode, but the back of these menus are pretty cool. It tells you basically some nutrition stuff that can be interesting. So, for example, this says adding extra vitamins and minerals to foods maximizes performance. We all know this. The X in the table below shows which vitamins and or minerals have been added to each component. If you are unable to consume all components in your ration, choose the entree, fortified ration components, and some of each component to obtain a balance of nutrients. So the thing about this is it's not the menu that you have. It's just a list of things. But what is interesting to me is, just looking at some of them, the one that has the least amount of additional stuff, I guess it's a tie. Nope, the beverages and the pouches. I hate those. Those suck. I never have them. There's probably one in here. I'm not gonna have it. Second place would be pudding. Pudding has vitamin D and calcium added. But what's really interesting is the first strike bars, which you don't get very many of, has B1, B2, B3, B6, B12, C, D, E, folic acid, K, no calcium, and no vitamin A, but also zinc. And I think that's interesting. So what else do we got? Lemon poppy seed pound cake. That's going to be interesting. Never done that on the episode before. The thing that just fell, we also have never done on the episode before. Occasionally you'll get full-on branded desserts. This is Twizzlers nibs. I hate Twizzlers, so we'll see how the nibs are. We've got our odds and ends pack, gum, moist towelette, matches, sugar, salt. As always, we've got our peanut butter. We've got a beef stick. I'll try this again. Historically, these are pretty bad. There's not a chance in the world that I'm going to do it today, but we got our orange beverage powder. Importantly, it says no fruit juice. It's funny, on the back it has a different name than on the front. Carbohydrate electrolyte beverage powder. All right. We got vegetable crackers. Sometimes you get normal crackers, sometimes you get vegetable crackers. It's funny, they add carrot, onion, red bell pepper, green bell pepper, celery, and tomato to these. But, I mean, it's just so inconsequential. Can't imagine you're getting any nutritional benefit from the fact that they are added. So these are very fragile. I'm trying to pull out a piece that isn't totally broken so you can see, but take a look at those flecks. It's absolutely inconsequential, but it does taste better than regular crackers. It tastes pretty good. As you would imagine though, insanely dry. Peanut butter as well tastes really good, but is insanely dry. For the sake of the episode, I'll try some. Pound for pound, I'd say it's some of the best tasting peanut butter. But it will absolutely make you go for your water. In a previous episode, I've put some of this peanut butter on the cracker. About near died. Oh, it's a lot oilier than usual. Now, I don't know if I just love peanut butter and I didn't know it, but this is so darn good. Cheers. It'll keep you hydrated though, because it always makes you go back to your water. All right. We got the pound cake and the Twizzlers as a dessert. And we're not there yet. So let's take one more look at where we're at and then move on over to the entree. So when we did the Essential Provisions episode, I'm not entirely sure that they were thrilled with my assessment, but I will say that they had the greatest macros and the greatest ingredients list. But I started with the MRE meal first. I think that might have given it a bad shake. So today I'm going to flip that around. I'm going to start with this $2 grocery store version of essentially chili mac. It says vent tray, microwave for 1 minute. You don't gotta. This is ready to rock. All right. Check that out. That's what we got today. Spilling it just a bit. Might be kind of blasphemy, but I am going to use the spoon that came with the MRE to give its competitor a try. I have no way to know the macros of the USGI one, but I do know the macros for this. We got 240 calories per serving, 12 grams of protein. But here's the thing. I'm not a nutritionist, but I heard that if the percentage of your daily value is not double the grams of protein, then it is not protein that can synthesize fully and digest in your system in a way that counts. So for example, this is 12 grams of protein. That should be 24% of your daily value, which by the way is BS. If you're trying to grow, 1.2 grams per pound of body weight is your goal. If you're trying to maintain though, 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So for me, we're looking at like 270 grams of protein per day. I try to hit 200. 40% your sodium. Doesn't look great, but does it matter? No, if you're in a position where you need to be eating this, you don't care about that. All right, so let's give this a try. Competitor number 1, Beefy Mac. Here we go. I lived on this stuff for quite a bit. I don't want to insult it, but I don't think it is undue or unjust to say that this is cat food for people. Little to no flavor. Absolutely inconsequential amount of meat. And pasta that, you know, feels like a lab approximating pasta. Is it bad? No, nothing's bad about it. Nothing's particularly good about it. But nothing is actively bad about it. I'm gonna save a little bit, throw that hot sauce in later. But in the meantime, let's get to the goat. There's a few options, right? It's gonna be better, it's gonna be worse, it's gonna be way better, or it's gonna be way worse. Smells good. To look at it though, you might think it'd be worse. I don't know where I put that spoon. There we go. I would give the first one we tried a flat 5 out of 10. Nothing wrong with it, nothing great about it. Now this sauce here might be better if we did use the heater, but that'd be unfair because we didn't use the heater on that. So USGI chili mac, here we go. Again, this is an approximation of what the food is supposed to be. It's not chili, nor is it macaroni, but let's give it a try. First thing you'll notice, obviously, is that this has flavor, whereas that did not. Considerably more of just about everything. There's certainly more meat, certainly more pasta. After a long day, get your protein, reload your carbs. But again, this is missing the magic ingredient. As it is, honestly, that's only a 6 out of 10. Does it win? Absolutely. But not by much. So we'll see how this tiny little Tabasco can save, maybe, or hurt the scores of either of these two. Be helpful if I had fingernails. All right. Gonna dump some in here. And to play fair, We'll dump some in here too. Tried to use about the same amount for both. Stir this bad boy up a little bit. From a 6 to an 8.5. How? Why does something burning, like, it's not like Tabasco tastes good, but why does the added sensation make it so much better? I don't know, but it does. Makes me ravenous for this. Oh man, I was so angry. That video just stopped in the middle while I was recording, and I caught it. But when I went to look back, I was like, oh no, did I not actually hit record at all? And I thought I didn't. I couldn't find the file. So I went back to the review and I told what would have been you guys about my mistake. And it really killed all the energy. Turns out I do have the file. So, with that said, we have one more thing to try, even though I have now tried it a few times. And that is the grocery store version with the addition of hot sauce. It's a little bit cheating because the USGI one did come with hot sauce. This does not. We got this bad boy from a 6 up to an 8.5. So I'm curious. I'm not curious, I know the answer, but I was curious if we can get this from a 5 higher. So let's give it a shot. When I did this 10 minutes ago, man, it's really interesting. I can see how my mood affects the flavor. When I did this 10 minutes ago, this was repulsive with hot sauce. And now it's just bad. Honestly, somehow, I don't know if it is the addition of the new flavor with the hot sauce, or because it made this so much better, that by comparison, that's worse. But I'm down at like a 4 for that now. Whereas this got boosted up all the way to an 8.5. The GOAT remains the GOAT. USGI Chili Mac is the winner. Clearly, not unexpectedly. But I don't know that it's my favorite MRE. I'd be curious to hear everyone's favorites. Or least favorites. So, we've got a couple more items in the that come from the pack. Let's take one more look at where we're at, and then we'll get to those. See you guys in a second. All right, we're in a unique spot because not only do we have a dessert, we have 2 desserts, and I forgot the beef stick, so we'll see if this can redeem itself. Historically, though, no good. We'll see. This one looks a little bit better. This actually, it looks considerably better. I don't know if you can see the difference in quality between this and the last one. The last one looked like link sausage. They're both from the same farm in Independence, Virginia. That's suiting. It's a teriyaki beef stick. We'll see. Very low hopes. This looks like this one just has a red casing. Honestly, that feels like the only difference, but let's try it. Better. Still the worst beef stick you've ever had. Not even worth eating. But let's see if we can redeem that. Well, we got two newbies to the rations. We've got the lemon poppy seed pound cake. We got Twizzlers nibs. I'm not here to do an ad for Twizzlers, but I am curious to try it because I've never had this before. Nor have I ever even seen it before. So just little Twizzlers? I'll tell you, the smell smells horrible. I don't know why anyone makes cherry anything, but look at this little guy. About sums it up. We'll give it a shot. I mean, comfort's a big thing with these. Wherever you are, if you're in a position to be eating this, I would imagine you're not in a position where you're particularly comfortable. You can see this taking your mind off it. Doesn't taste good, but it doesn't taste bad. Something to chew on. Consistently have to go back, obviously, because these things are so tiny. Take your mind off things. I don't like them, but I see the merit for them. Now what I'm interested here, that I think I will like, is the lemon poppy seed pound cake. MRE desserts are so dang soft. This is no exception. It is a little drier than most, but all right, sorry for that fast forward thing just then. I said something dumb and I didn't want it on the episode. Let's give this a try here. See the poppy seeds in there? I'm curious if there's any nutritional value to poppy seeds. Like, why would that be in a thing? And who knows, but it takes the soft that you would expect from your USGI desserts. It adds a little crunch to it, like you are chewing on the seeds as you eat this. It's kind of fun. Imagine a cake base, a yellow cake base. Flavor it like lemon, and then throw in something a little bit crunchy. That's what you got here. So, all things considered, menu 10, Chili Mac. We had a decent dessert, a secondary, unnecessary, but tolerable dessert, a beef stick that honestly sucked, but was additional food, vegetable crackers, a drink, and then the entree. So that's good offerings. I'm going to call this whole thing an 8 out of 10. Now, this was like $2-3, 5 out of 10. Not good, not bad. But did it dethrone the king? No way. And I think you knew that that was going to be the case, didn't you? At any rate, as always, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for you. Thanks for watching Rations. See you guys next week.